I discovered my condition in 1998. My wife was pregnant. I went in to get more life insurance. So in that process of testing, they told me that I had a kidney disease. In 2020, and the doctor called me on Memorial Day and told me I need to go to the hospital now. My blood work was bad. The very next day, they put a port in my chest and I started dialysis, which was the toughest things health-wise I ever been through in my life.
Once they get to the point of stage 5 kidney disease and they are on dialysis, they've seen a big shift in their lives. And the shift is really not in a good direction. What is happening is they have to go to dialysis usually 3 times a week for 3 to 4 hours at a time. It's totally disruptive to their lifestyle. And they don't feel as good as you or I would feel because kidney disease decreases your energy levels. You just don't feel well. Usually the next step is to get a kidney transplant.
When I got on the dialysis, it wasn't 2 weeks after that my donor, which is my friend, called me and told me that he would give me a kidney. And he's the type of guy, if he says something, he's going to do it.
My name is Jafau Delane. I'm father of 5. Currently I work for a company, airline company, for the last 26 years. I do a lot of volunteer work for a youth program, youth football. Paul brought his son 2 weeks after we started our season, introduced himself, said he had a son to play, that wanted to play with us, came out there, had him start holding bags, as a coach. Ever since then, we've been sort of good friends. He did tell me about his kidney situation, said he was gonna have to go on dialysis. I have a couple of family members that already sort of went through the process, so I sort of knew a little bit about it. Troubling was that he told me that it was okay because he had a donor already sort of set up. So he was just going to go through the medical process. 2 weeks later, he ends up telling me about a month later, that donor didn't pass the medical background, found out that she had some kind of cancer in her body. But in that same time, I was already talking to my wife, saying, hey, what do you think if I was to, help Paul out? She gave me the green light. I prayed on it as well. But basically, once I sort of knew I can do it, he ended up calling me back, telling me about the current situation that somebody could not donate the kidney to him. So before he even finished it, I said, don't even worry about it. I said, I got it, let's do it. I'll set up, the background stuff and see if I pass the medical stuff. And if I do, you have my kidney. It was this big pause for a while. I thought I'd lost connection. Like, oh, well, what happened? And then he basically, you can hear him sort of crying.
Who are the types of people that decide to be donors? They are very altruistic. They are giving people. They have a well of goodness inside of them that's a little deeper than the normal human.
I can give something that doesn't really affect my personal life, but can really dramatically increase Paul's quality of life, So for me, it was like, hey, let's get it done, So that's how I felt.
The costs associated with being a donor are really all paid for on the part of the recipient's insurance, okay? So what that means is any cost that's incurred on the donor side from all of the testing that we have to do.
One of the things that I really thought about was, I'm turning 50, so I wanted to get some medical stuff going anyway. So to go through all of that and then always get the green light, that was actually really nice for me as well.
That entire bill is paid for by the recipient's insurance. And the reason that the recipient's insurance pays for this, because it's still cheaper for insurance companies to pay for all of that care for another person, because it cheapens the care that the recipient needs to receive going on after the surgery, meaning that it's actually cheaper for insurance companies to have a person that gets a successful transplant than someone that has ongoing kidney disease.
Before surgery, Paul and I was in the pre-op surgery room. Our wives were more nervous than we were, but Paul and I were sort of looking at each other. You know, and he was appreciative that this is what was about to go down, and his life was going to be changed dramatically.
He was joking with me that morning, let's go do this, just like we were preparing to go win a football game.
But I did meet with the surgeons, his surgeon, my surgeon, and then after we sort of went, you know, I went upstairs and he went his way, and 2 hours later, I was waking up in the recovery room.
The actual operation goes usually very, very well because it's what we call minimally invasive surgery. So small incisions done with the laparoscope, so you don't have to cut through a lot of muscle, which means that the pain is minimized.
I wish people knew how easy it is, first of all, to give a kidney. It's surgery and it's a lot of trauma that's happening with the body, but you don't really miss that. But at the same time, the quality of another person's life is drastically improved.
Receiving the new kidney means everything to me, because I know that if I do all the right things, I'll live a long life, and I feel great about that. And I'm forever grateful to Jafau. We were friends before, and we would call each other brothers, but we're really brothers now.